Welcome back. This is TurboCharge Your Business on the #1 global business talk and news network on the internet, IBGR, International Business Growth Radio. I'm Patty Lawrence. This is episode 16, the 4Ds of growth planning. Decisions. Be sure to go to our website at ibgr.network and download the show notes. So, decisions. Decisions is the fourth D in the 4Ds of scaling up in Vern Harnish's book. And decisions basically transcend the other the other 3Ds. Why is that? Because the other three need to have decisions take place in order to move them forward. So decisions are are necessary. They're a necessary part of planning the growth of your business and growing your business and scaling your business. You have to make decisions. You make multiple decisions every day on what to do next, what to attack next. And those decisions typically fall into 4 categories. And in Vern Harnish's scaling up world, the 4 categories that you are pulled in to make decisions on are people, strategy, execution, and cash. Cash is a big one. Talk about that last because it's the best. So people, right? We talked about demands on our people and processes, but when we look at decisions regarding people, that also has to take priority, right? That's why it's #1 in this list, right? But what you need to look at is which one of these is the most pressing at any point in time. So I don't think you have to cycle through them, although it's nice to be able to just make sure you're touching each of these at some point in time from a decision standpoint, and probably you're probably cycling through and you're not even really aware of it. You're just making the decisions that need to be made in your business. But what would be better is to make sure that you're making decisions in all of them. Balance that out. So if you're only making people decisions and you're not making decisions on execution and or cash, then I would say that's probably out of balance in terms of running your organization. You need a focus that is broader in terms of your running your business, running your company, unless you've delegated that out to someone else, which, if that's the case, you need to make sure that you have some level of routine meeting so that you are up to date and up to speed on the decisions being made that have been delegated in that particular area. Because what you want to make sure is that when we are making decisions, we're also asking the right questions. The right questions are going to yield better decisions. Asking those right questions. What do those right questions look like? Well, in the people category, since we're still here, we would look at, are we hiring the right people? Do we need that person? Do we need to fill that role? Is it time to fill a role? Is it time to bring somebody on into the organization in a certain role, performing a certain function? Those are the questions that we need to ask. Those are the questions that need answers, or they need to be debated, if you will, to get a better answer, and get a better result for our companies. The next area to look at is strategy. So when we're making decisions on our company, are we asking the right questions about the strategy that we're pursuing in our company? Are we going in the right direction? Are we taking the right approach? Are we serving the right customers and clients? Are we serving our team? Are we um, are we working within our guiding principles? Are we in alignment with our guiding principles? Which means, are we serving the right people? Are we executing on our mission? Are we pursuing the mission and the values that we have set for ourselves? That's really, really important, because if we aren't, then we're off track. We have wandered into an area that we might know nothing about, or that might not be in alignment with who we think we want to serve, or who we're trying to serve, or what we're delivering. Then when we get off track, we wonder why our sales or our profits have fallen, our people aren't happy. We have a misalignment. So we have to relook at that. But strategically, what are we doing to fuel the revenue, the top line, to grow our business? This is, after all, a part of growth planning. So we talked a little bit about our people, but what I failed to mention is we need to look at what are the growth plans requiring of our people. Does it require new talents? Does it require higher number of people more people in the organization with different talents? What does that look like for our organization? So from a strategy standpoint, the strategy is going to drive some more decisions back into some of these other categories, including the people category. So depending on where we're taking the business, we might need more people, and we might need different people to help get us there. Are they internal to the organization? Are they external to the organization? Do we need different advisors around us to take us up to the next level? What kind of helpers do we need? What kind of assistance do we need? What kind of clarity do we need? And that might be specialized knowledge. The next one is execution. Execution is going to allow for us to drive profit. It's going to drive that bottom line. How we execute the plan is going to put money back into our accounts, right? And it also has to be done in accordance with a timeline. So we have to set that up so that we perform the next big thing, right? The one thing every quarter. Because remember, that one thing is going to help drive the execution plan, right? The execution plan is going to include that one big thing every quarter. So if we execute against that and we're able to achieve it, then we go and we pick the next one on the priority list, and we go execute against that. And we ask questions along the way, because that is what is going to reprioritize depending on what's going on in our environment and how we're performing against those goals and priorities. And if we're not achieving, then we need to step back, reassess, reevaluate, and then get that one thing focused on that's going to get us to the next level. The last thing is cash. Cash is king, right? Cash is king, and it fuels our businesses. So we need to be sure that we have enough cash to be able to continue to fuel the growth and the trajectory that we have outlined in our strategy and in the execution against it. So the one big thing, every step we need to take, every little baby step, is going to require some level of cash outlay, some level of hopefully more cash coming back into our account because we're managing it well and driving profits from it. So let's do our level best to get more cash back into our business, because revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, but cash is king. Next week, our theme is people planning for your business, where we'll cover succession planning, growth-related people planning, accountabilities and metrics, and roles. Check out my free collection of resources at turboexecs.com/turbocharge. And you can continue the conversation with me, Patty Lawrence, on LinkedIn. Thanks for tuning in to Turbocharge Your Business and the 4Ds of Growth Planning on the IBGR Network. I'm Patty Lawrence. See you next time.